Hey everybody, Cliff Yates live here, vertical mode, YouTube. I love going live, vertical mode in YouTube, and I'll tell you why. A couple different reasons. Number one, hey, no editing, right? No hassle. Turn on the camera and go, raw and real. And like a lot of you, me specifically, and I know you too, we crave authenticity. So much AI created bullshit nowadays. It's hard to find out what is real. Is this really true? Is this really happening? Is that really the person that I think it is? Are they really saying this? And so we crave authenticity. And the way around that nowadays, mostly, you can be pretty sure something is raw and real if they're going live, if it's in the live mode. And so, hey, I'm raw and real right now, everybody. I'm live. This is not AI generated. And so if you're just stumbling on me in the shorts feed, subscribe to the channel. You're not going to be disappointed. All my stuff is self-improvement, motivation, discipline, effort, self-improvement, personal growth. Hey, that's my lane. I'm sticking with it. I may be tempted sometimes to go off of it, but I'm not going to do that. Not going to go off it. No way. All right, let's wait for people to check in here. We got people stumbling on to the channel. And if you haven't already, subscribe, everybody. I know people are stumbling onto my channel because they see it live in the shorts feed and they say, what the hell is this? Maybe I'll check it out. Is this kind of thing? Hey, is this going to apply to me? Okay, it's just me. I don't need my headphones today. I got my sound levels all set up, everybody. And hey, today I want to talk about what's next. What's next? This is a philosophy. This has been a habit that I have been employing for a while now, but specifically the last few weeks, I've been really narrowing my focus on this. What is next? And I had to apply it really to today, and it served me today. So maybe you can try it, and I hope it serves you in a positive way. What is next? So I started a live broadcast today on my way to the Kiwi Tennis Club because I had a tennis appointment at 8 a.m. And so I started off 8 a.m., got there on time. We started playing tennis, and then the rain started coming down. The rain started coming down, and then it came down some more, and then we couldn't play tennis anymore. And so now, instead of focusing on the rain, and then my schedule is going to have to change, I quickly focused to, okay, what's next? What can I do next? Because I wasn't in control of the rain. I had nothing to do with whether it was going to rain or not. So to focus on what was out of my control can be very frustrating, and we don't need to do that. So I quickly focused on something I've been practicing. What is next? And so what is next is I could go to the gym. I had planned to have a leg day today, and so I was planning, should I get up at 5 a.m., which I did? Should I go to the gym between 6 and 7? Then I can make my tennis at 8 o'clock. And I said, no, I'm going to do my 8 a.m., because I also have an 11 a.m. tennis, and then when I come home, I'll have lunch and then do my legs. So I have my schedule set. And then the rain happened, and then instead of saying my schedule is screwed up, this rain messed me up, I quickly focused on what is next. That is a great question you can start asking yourself when life happens to you. What is next? And so that's what I did. What is next? Well, what is next is I don't have another tennis game plan until 11 a.m. Now it's 8:30. We're rained out. Now I can go to the gym and get my leg workout in now, and I'll be ready for my 11 a.m. appointment here at the tennis club. So I went home, changed into my gym equipment, my gym clothes, gym clothes. Then I went to the gym, and I got a great leg workout in. I would finish my legs, did some lower back work, and I was about to do some ab work, and it was about 10:30. So I said, what's next? Well, I can leave now, start heading to the tennis club, or maybe what's next is to call the tennis club to make sure that we are on for our 11 a.m. matches. So I called. Peggy answered the phone. Cliff, I sent an email. No tennis till 1 p.m. Great. Thank you. When I got that information, I said to myself, what's next? Now I can do my abs. Even though I got my legs workout done, I can start in on my abs. That's next because now I have time. I don't have a tennis match until 1 p.m. And luckily, someone had invited me at around 10:30 as I started my workouts, or was finishing my leg workout. Hey, can you play today at 1? And I said, yeah, so it's all going to work out. All I had to do was concentrate on what was next. And when you concentrate on what is next, you're concentrating on what is up to you, not what is not up to you. And that really is the basis of Stoicism. Stoicism, the philosophy, is all about focusing on the things that are up to you, not on the things that are not up to you. That's what Stoicism really is about and emanated from thousands of years ago when it first came about in Greece. A lot of people think Stoicism started with Marcus Aurelius in Rome, and although Marcus Aurelius studied Stoicism, he frequently was studying the work of Epictetus, who for his first 30 years had been a slave, but it was started by a man named Zeno. Zeno was shipwrecked. He was a merchant sailor, and he had a lot on his ship worth a lot of money, and he shipwrecked. It sank. He lost everything. He washed up on the shore of Greece, stumbled into a bookstore, and he had heard a philosopher outside, and he asked the bookstore person, is there any books on like this guy outside of philosophy? And then the guy turned him on to philosophy, and then he ended up starting his own school of philosophy, which became known as Stoicism. Stoicism, if you break the word down, just means, I think it's painted porch. Stoa polike or something like that. It was a porch in the middle of town where people got together to discuss life and how they could better live their life. And that became known as Stoicism because that's where it started, there on the painted porch. And from there, it ended up getting from Greece into Rome, Italy, and there it was carried on by Marcus Aurelius, and he wrote that famous book called Meditations, which a lot of people follow today. It was the private writings of Marcus Aurelius, the emperor of Rome, and he was on the front lines. And at night, he would write notes to himself. That was the translation, which became Meditations, which meant notes to yourself. He never intended them to be published, but somebody picked them up, and they recopied them, and they kept passing on and on until today. A lot of people read Meditations, and it has a lot to do with Stoicism, but it has a lot to do with us focusing on what is up to us. And a simple way that we can start right now, right today, is to focus on that question, what's next? What is next? When you start asking yourself, what's next, it's going to force you to focus on what is up to me. What's the next thing that I can do? Getting rained out today was not up to me. What was next was up to me. What I could do next. And so, yes, we put down a schedule, what we plan for the day. Life happens. And so sometimes when life happens, we have to just say, what's next? Powerful question. Put it in your philosophy for today. I'm telling you, you're going to be served by it. Stoicism is an amazing philosophy that if you think about it, a lot of the writings were from Epictetus, who spent the first 30 years of his life as a slave. And then he formed his own school after being freed, his own school of Stoicism, philosophy that he shared with other people. And he never really wrote too much, but people, his students, wrote down his philosophy, and they carried it on. I forgot the name of it. There's several books based on Epictetus. So you got a slave who followed Stoicism, and then you have Marcus Aurelius, one of the famous Roman emperors. So we got kind of the lowest on the totem pole, and then we have the highest in power on the totem pole, both studying a philosophy of how they can live a better life, both focusing on what is up to us. Let's focus on what we have control over, not what we don't have control over. And you know, the great thing about Stoicism, which is very much misunderstood, especially in this country, it was by me, because a lot of us in the West here, I'm talking the United States, when we say, hey, that guy is pretty stoic, we say that he is not showing emotion. He's emotionless. In the Stoics, real Stoicism has nothing to do with not showing emotion. They believed in showing emotion, but they believed in not being too high or too low. They really believed in trying to control your emotions. They didn't focus on not feeling anger. They focused on not making decisions from anger, having a space between a stimulus and a response. Instead of reacting, responding on purpose with intention. Feeling anger is going to happen, but we don't have to make a decision based on that emotion, right? We can change what we're focusing on, take some time, take some space, and then maybe ask that question, what is up to me right now? What's the next best thing I can do? Let's face it, I want you to think about this. If you're wondering, is this right? If what you're going to do gives you joy, gratitude, fulfillment, happiness, and at the same time does not harm you or anybody else, then it's good. Then it's good. If you're saying, I'm working out a lot in the gym. This is a distraction. I'm trying to get over something bad, and I'm working out in the gym. Well, if it's making you feel good, it's making you happy, giving you some joy, and at the same time it's not harming you or somebody else, then it's right. At the same time, if you said, I'm distracting myself by drinking every night, but it's helping me, it's making me happier. Yeah, but at the same time, it's harming you, and it could be harming other people. Not the right thing to do. That's how we can make choices. And that's how we can say to ourselves, what is next? What is next? Take that with you throughout the day. Maybe adopt it permanently into your psyche. Make it a habit. You won't even have to think about it anymore. Whatever happens to you, good or bad, you can always say to yourself, what's next? And then you'll change your focus on what is up to you and not what is not up to you. All right, everybody, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. This is a community of progress. I want you to join. Have the courage to take the next step that you need to take. I was watching, somebody said that I had the gift of encouragement. I really didn't know what that meant, although I liked encouraging other people because I actually got encouragement for myself when I did that. But I saw a video the other day of someone speaking to an NFL team, and they said, hey, I am into encouragement. And what that means is I enjoy speaking courage into someone else. And that's what I like to do. Speak courage into someone else. Hey, if this resonated with you, hey, leave a comment, hit a like, share it with somebody who needs to hear it. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. You're not going to be disappointed. All right, everybody. I'll see you in the next video.